Yo, what's up? Y'all made it back to another Spooky Scary Sunday video. Thank y'all. Yo, today's gonna be a little different, bro. I'm gonna have short horror films and the best compilation I can find from Llama Arts. Come on, we here. And something I've been recently thinking about is one second. Something I've been thinking about is changing the name of Spooky Scary Sunday to something else. I'm taking a request. Y'all put y'all favorite name that you think I should change it to, because it's not biting off of the man, not biting off of Corey, but when you search on Spooky Scary Sunday, all of his videos pop up. My videos did not pop up at all. Come on now, come on. So yeah, I'm probably gonna change the name, but who knows? If I get a good recommendation, hey, that's it. Come on, we here. But hey, this is a short story, 2025 short story, a short horror story by Dark Water. Come on, or it's called Dark Water. Come on. Let's see what the short horror films in 2025 is hitting for, bro. Come on. Okay. First of all, we about to break this down. Why are you even? It's the middle, it's the middle of the night. Where are you even at? Like, where is this place at, bro? Why are you here, bro? Why are you not in the crib chilling? It's probably the AM, bro. Why are you not in the bed, bro? Like, looking at water, bro. Like, oh, that is. Oh no. Perfect. Perfect. Keep the jar closed. Keep the jar closed. I never heard of black. You know what? I have heard of black water. It's cracking? Why would you open it again? Are you dumb? Is she slow? Well, look around you. It's getting clearer. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, then. Why, bro? Keep it closed. Why would you open it again? Are you stupid? Is she stupid? Close the, like, so you just want him to just, so she just wanted to get put on the, please don't fall. If you fall, I was about to say, if she fall, that's tough. That's probably what they should have did. She should have fall, tripped over the bench, boom, broke the glass. Now the black man is going to get her. Bro, that spark, just have the jar like literally right here. Oh! Keep it closed. It broke? Oh, I would have been running. I would have been running. You're just gonna have to catch me on the way home. Run! Oh, that's tough. I can't ever count. I'm about to rate these. This was damn near a 10. I'm not even gonna cap. This was damn near a 10, bro. I can't even lie. I gotta give this a like, bro. When this came out a month ago, bro. Y'all did y'all thing, bro. This was actually suspenseful, bro. Like, come on. Yeah, y'all deserve this like. Alright, we on to the second one, bro. Come on. This was good. And apart from the whole 40-minute Llama Art video, we watching like 20 minutes. I'm not gonna lie. That's crazy. Alright, come on. The empty room. Oh no. Already started right off the bat. What is that? Started right off the bat. She's the bad one. I hope she gets everything that's coming to her. Is this the same girl? Did I get... Oh, this is about to be some heat then. Come on. Okay. Why would you... So you're telling me she is just so she is quite literally, oh yeah, this is the same girl. Oh, most definitely this is the same girl. We know that for a fact now. We know that for a fact. Close the window. Why do you even have your window open? Look down, look down, look down, look down. Oh no. What is that? Did it say look at the chair or go to the chair? I will follow the instructions. Is he in front of the tablet? What did it say do before though? Just go sit down, put your head on, bro. Just go back to sleep, bro. Fight your urge to just do something dumb. Just go to sleep, bro. It said don't make a sound though. Car. Oh my G. Oh no. Why would you? Oh yeah, you can't leave. That's up. Hey, that's tough. That's tough. Read the instruction. Actually, carve out your right eye is crazy. Why would you? I would say just jump out the window, bro. Just jump out the window. Oh, that's tough. No. No. Of course you're gonna look behind her, bro. Like, That was the yeah, that was the slowest turnaround. Look above you. Oh, that's tough. Oh, dang. Okay. Candidate 1A. Oh, that's tough. Oh, so that's what it is. Carve out your right eye is crazy. That was tough. I'm not lying, but I'm gonna give that that is getting a solid, like, I'm not saying it's bad, but the first one was tough. I'm not lying. So I'll give this one like a 6. 6, 7. 6, 7 on, bro. Don't open the door. Seems like simple.
That's me, driving through the country. New vacation home, newly expanded business. I know what you're thinking. This...
Yeah. It just sounds, her voice is just, yeesh. Bro. Don't open the door. It seems like very, very simple instructions. Oh, nah, y'all just comfortable walking into dark basements like that? That's kind of crazy. Bro, you're not supposed to be here, bro? Like, come on. My bro, keep walking.
Remember the rules.
I was about to say, did bro just hand me a pen?
No matter what happens.
Oh, he's supposed to stay in the room for 8 hours. Okay, don't open the door. It seemed like they gave you water, but I would not trust that water. What if you need a pee and poop?
8 hours. Only 8 hours.
Only 8 hours. My. Oh, damn, he about to breeze through this. Oh, bro, he about to get that money or whatever he was promised. As long as, actually, just don't open the door, bro. There should be no reason for him to open the door. Realistically, like, bro, you came to this secluded place. So if you hear a family member or something, that should not even be the case, bro. You should have no reason. Let's see, what is this man's reason for opening this door, bro?
Open, please. Don't take me. Open the door, please. It's me, honey. Open, please. They're taking me. Open the door, please.
That don't even sound real.
It's all in your head. Stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused.
Like, they told you that, and they literally told you don't open the door. You're gonna hear things. Don't open the door. Don't like. But the first thing you hear, you're about to open the door. Like, bro, are you slow? Like, come on now. I know we not this.
It's all in your head. Stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. It's all in your head. It's all in your head. Stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused.
It's all in your head. Stay focused. It's all in your head. Stay focused.
Oh wow.
It's all in your head. Stay focused.
This
It's all in your head. Stay focused.
It's all in your head.
It's all in your head.
It's all in your head. Stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused.
why did you have to write that down? But
focus. Stay focused. It's all in your
Bro, is you tweaking that much?
It's all in your head. Stay focused.
So after all of that, why are you even next to the door? First of all, why are you even next to the door? That doesn't even make no sense. Why are you even next to the door? Bro, are they gonna kill me? Are they gonna kill me if I open this door? Like, what the hell's going? You signing waivers and stuff? Like, bro. Bro, look at the timer, bro. Whoever's behind that door can wait a couple more minutes. I'm telling you. Oh. So they releasing aliens on us and stuff? Like, okay, dude is just dumb. I can't lie, I cannot tell the difference between this dude and the last dude. No racial, bro. I can't even lie, this sucked. This sucked, bro. This sucked so bad. I'm not even lying. I'm giving this a 2, bro. This is getting a 2. Just for that
My
little
work is
jump,
easy because I use
just for that little jump scare, y'all get that little 2.
Here's how I keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need to get.
Found myself standing there for a good.
Ooh, hold on. 1 sec. Bro, totally forgot about the guys, bro. You see, bro. The guys gotta be here, just like me. I'm here, they here. So we about to watch like half of this, bro. All of this is kind of crazy. Come on.
My name is Ethan, and I'm a photographer. I took a trip last year with my wife to the Colorado mountains for an art project. My wife is also an avid skier, so she talked me into adding skiing into the trip. We had the option to book a room at a ski resort or rent out a private log cabin. The second one seemed more romantic, so I picked that one. Plus,
so it's the middle of it looks like it's the middle of winter. A cabin that probably don't have no electricity. In the middle of probably nowhere. That seems romantic. I would want to be nowhere near this place, bro. Nowhere near this place, bro. Like, talking about this seems more romantic. I like, bro, like.
plus it didn't hurt that it was cheaper.
Oh,
the cabin was nothing luxurious or anything. It was a single floor, 4-room little thing. A 2-person bedroom, a small.
It's not even about the other humans. It's just about the animals that's there. I'm not going there purely on the animals there. That is a good enough reason not to go for me. I'm not even including all the weirdos and the kidnappers and the killers and the bro.
Living room, a kitchen, and a bathroom. It may have been small, but the actual idea of being secluded in a warm log cabin during a blizzard was amazing.
Okay.
However, the storm was interfering with the cable signal, so we didn't have much to do this one particular evening.
Y'all do something.
It was just starting to get dark out at this point, but there was still a decent amount of light outside, so I thought it would be perfect for getting a few shots and videos in the blizzard for backgrounds and wallpapers.
Perfect.
I told my wife I'd be back within 10 minutes and slipped on my boots and coat. The moment I stepped outside and shut the door, I noticed footsteps leading up to the door in the snow that had
Would have left right here. Would have left right here. Boy, talk about I seen some footsteps, boy. I would have instantly turned back around like, hey, pack up now. We're leaving right now, bro. Come on now. We're in the middle of nowhere with our car getting snow piled on it, bro. Like,
alone under the
no,
wooden
bro.
awning. I could see the prints doubled as whoever left them there turned and went the opposite direction.
No.
I was freaked the fuck out, but I wasn't about to go inside and scare my wife.
Huh?
I decided to give in
okay.
to my curiosity and followed the prints to the right side of the cabin. Right away, I noticed that they led to the bedroom window. My heart froze in fear when I saw this. I could see my
So what
wife
did you
sitting
do?
on the bed using her iPad. She noticed me and I waved.
And you
She
wait.
left. I continued
Good
to
job.
follow the footprints around the cabin to the other side. They led to the living room window on the other side. Someone was stalking us. But how long ago was the question?
Why does it matter?
I found myself standing there for a good minute asking myself if I should follow the footprints anymore. For whatever reason, I decided I would. They were now leading away from the cabin.
Duh.
I knew I was following the prints to where this person was going, not coming from, simply by the boot marks.
So what are you
I
looking
followed
to
the
find?
prints away from the opening and into the trees. That was where I saw him. A man wearing a black coat facing a tree, slouched down looking at the ground. He was still as a statue, and I could see the snow piling up on his hood and shoulders. I froze in my tracks, trying not to make a sound.
You found what you were looking for, bro. Look at him. He found exactly what you're looking for, bro. Go meet him, bro. You clearly want to meet the guy, bro. You clearly want to give him 5 and bro, like, be like, what's up, man? You was at my window. You need some food? I mean, I got a spare room. Like, you're fighting that urge to do that, bro. Come on, like, bro.
I would have thought to ask him if he needed help
Of
otherwise,
course.
but this guy was just standing there, not doing anything, like some kind of deranged freak.
Okay.
I started to gradually move backwards without even turning around, making sure this man didn't turn around or notice me. When I got at a visual distance, I turned around and stomped through the snow back to the cabin. When I slammed the door shut, my wife came over to see what was wrong. I saw worry in her eyes. I guess she saw the worry in mine. She knew I saw something, and after a few minutes of harassment, I finally told her what I saw.
A few minutes of harassment.
She immediately started packing her things, telling me
As
we were
she
leaving
should.
right away.
As you
I told her
should,
no,
brother. Come
we're not
on.
going anywhere.
You told her no.
I would not get a refund for leaving early, and I wasn't about to up and leave just because some weird guy was walking around outside.
So yeah, just because of that mindset right there, that probably killed many people in real life. I'm not gonna care. Why is this just yellow? I wanted to change colors, bro. One sec, bro. Come on. Bro, change colors. I did not ask for this mode. I did not ask for that mode. I did not ask for that mode. Did not ask for that mode. Wow. Guess it yellow. Guess we sticking with yellow.
She made
bro.
a point of locking both locks on the door and making sure all of the windows were
Bro,
sealed
let's
shut.
leave, bro. Like,
For
what
the
is
rest of the
with
night,
y'all?
we read stuff on our iPads. I reviewed the pictures and videos I had taken so far. We turned out the lights early as there wasn't much else to do. What if he's still out there?
He's
I remember
out there,
my
bro.
wife asking me. There's no way he's still out there, I then assured her.
Okay.
Listening to the wind blowing outside, along with the small flakes of snow hitting the windows,
I know
was
what's about to
strangely
happen, bro.
relaxing, and I knew I'd be able to fall asleep quickly. Except if it wasn't for
Yeah, that would have
the
killed
knock at the
me.
bedroom window.
Killed me.
We were both still awake, and we both knew it was a
Don't
knock
turn
from
on
a
the
person.
lights. Don't turn off the
I
lights.
ushered my
Don't
wife
turn
out
on
of
the
bed
lights.
and out into the living room without turning on any lights. There was nothing to use as a weapon whatsoever.
Wow, of
Our only
course.
option was to run before something might happen.
Boy, we packing all our
I
things.
told my wife we'd have to forget our luggage and make a dash for the Jeep. We slipped on our
Ooh,
boots and coats in the
that's
dark in
crazy.
a matter of seconds, and when we heard a knock at the living room window from the opposite side of our car, we took that opportunity to run. I pressed the unlock button, so
Oh, he
grateful
about
I
to
chose to
get
have remote
all-
locks on my Wrangler, and we hopped in. The car started with ease, and as soon as the headlights flashed on, the man was standing facing the log cabin on our side now. Not a window, just facing the wall of the cabin in the same position I had seen him in earlier,
Ooh.
as if he were hiding his face.
Oh, bro, he hiding his face.
We drove to the nearby ski resort without much trouble in the
Boy, y'all
Jeep.
stuff is gone.
We stayed there for the night and went back the next day to the log cabin to collect our things we left behind.
Oh, wow. Your things are still there?
He wasn't there.
See, y'all be peeping, so Llama Arts be putting like weird stuff in their videos. Like, bro, what is this, bro? He about to sneak you while you go outside, bro. Alright, that's one down.
Do you really want to spend the rest of your life watching ads? Guys, just download Vibe. It's a free Google Chrome extension and it basically blocks.
Yeesh. Scary true horror story. Come on. We here.
I'm 27 years old. I live alone in a rural town in Virginia, about 2 blocks away from my parents.
Okay.
My parents are both in their 60s, and my mom has become a very worrisome woman in her old age. Sometimes she walks over uninvited and lets herself in, since I had regrettably given her a key, which can get a bit annoying.
Not lying, OG just popping up in my house in the AMs is kind of crazy. I'm not lying. In the middle of the night, I'm just chilling. I mean, I understand though. If you do live very close and she do often visits, then I get that giving her a key.
Like if I would be out really late on weekends at a bar or with women, I would sometimes come home to my mom sitting in the living room waiting, worried sick.
Yeah.
I know you may just think, oh my god, that's crazy, why not just put your foot down and tell her to stop? Well, because you don't know my mom. It's very hard to describe her, but she's the kind of worrisome, innocent little lady that you just can't bring yourself to go against.
I'm not lying. I understand if you in your teens, like if you like 17, 18, 19, and you somehow got your own house, which is very possible these days, but very hard these days too. If you got your own house and she, in this same scenario, you live a couple blocks down, and you coming back at like 1 or 2 in the morning, and she's just waiting there. It's like, why are you not asleep? Oh, bro.
To mention, she also has mild
But I feel that though. I get that.
dementia. Anyway, this was Saturday night. I think it was around 2 in the morning. I was at a nearby club with a group of college friends, really the only place to hang out in this boring town, and I was getting ready to head home. I said goodbye to all my friends and walked the 3 blocks it took to get back to my house. I walked up my front stoop in my drunken haze and dug my hand in my pocket for my keys. When I grabbed the doorknob, I realized it was unlocked. My mom was here again. I quietly opened and shut the front door, locking it behind me. I put my keys on the kitchen counter and found a note written in my mom's handwriting saying, "You forgot this at our house, next to the box of half-eaten cake my parents didn't want." I didn't see my mom anywhere.
Mom, did you really need to bring that to me, mother? A half-eaten cake. You left this at our house. Like, bro, they did not want that cake, bro. You probably brought that cake. And they like, oh yeah, that, like, you see is a half-eaten cake, bro. They did not want that cake.
So I assumed she must have gone upstairs to sleep in the guest bed until I got back, which is something she would commonly do as well. Then I heard footsteps upstairs, confirming it. And that's when I sighed once again. 27 years old, almost 3 in the morning, and she still has to wait.
3 in the morning. Yo, your mom really be doing that? Bro, 27 is kind of crazy. I'm over here thinking, bro, at least like 22, 27.
Up and treat me like a child. I ran upstairs to check the guest bed, empty, along with all the bathrooms. I was afraid Mom was having one of her episodes due to her condition, so I ran to the phone to call my dad. After 4 rings, my dad picked up in a groggy voice, asking what the hell is the matter.
Boy, after I told him, what you mean what the hell is the matter? I mean, you gotta realize 3 a.m. is kind of crazy. Why is you calling me at 3 in the morning, bro?
I heard Mom wandering around upstairs in my house. There was a short pause, and then he said, "That's not possible. She's sleeping right next to me."
Boy would have killed me, boy.
My mouth fell open as I turned my head to face the dark upstairs. And just barely by the light provided by the kitchen, I could see a head peering around from the corner at the top of the stairs, looking down at me.
Oh no.
I screamed into the phone as I ran out the front door and down the street to my parents' house, explaining to my father on the way. About halfway there, my dad told me, "Alright, I'm gonna call the cops," and hung up. I made it to my parents' house, where my mom was already waiting at the door, worried sick. My mom explained that she did come over to clean my kitchen a little bit and to bring over the cake they didn't want. 2 police cars
Well, what made you think I wanted it, Mom? Like, come on, talk about you forgot this at our house.
pulled up in
bro.
front of my parents' house, where they escorted me and my dad down the street to my house. One officer stayed outside with us, while 2 others went inside to investigate.
I would have moved.
It felt like 15 minutes before they came back outside and said it was clear.
Nah,
They
it's not
checked the
clear.
crawl space, the attic, everything.
Oh, no.
There was really nothing for me to report, other than the door was left unlocked and I saw the outline of a head upstairs before I ran for it.
Boy, they're
Still,
like,
I
bro,
did-
you just wasted our time. Like, bro, we really came out here for assumption? Like,
I didn't
come
feel
on.
safe sleeping in there that night, so I went back to my parents' house.
That would have been the last
Me and my
time
dad-
she had a key to that crib. You gotta come in the daytime, bro. You leaving my doors unlocked, bro? Like, come on now.
Are certain that my mom simply forgot to lock the door when she left,
bro,
as
come
her
on
memory
now.
has been getting worse over the past few months.
Like, what if they took
My dad has been
everything?
stopping her from coming over alone from now on, which makes me both sad but also relieved.
See, I know I'm pausing a lot, but I wouldn't have did that. She just couldn't have pop up, like, at nighttime. She could pop up during the daytime while I'm here at any time, of course. But really, after like 10 o'clock, bro, you're good, bro. Like, you're
Some
good.
nights I still get paranoid that whoever was in my house
You're
that
still
night
in that
never
same
left
house?
and is still hiding in here somewhere.
Oh, that was a good one. School lockdown. I've seen this. When I tell you, this is damn near probably based on a. This is damn near based on the true story. I'm not lying.
It was a typical
probably is
boring
a
day in
true story,
calculus,
bro.
only it was Friday, 7th period, meaning the week was almost over and spring break would finally be upon us.
Ooh,
So everybody
Friday,
was getting
bro.
antsy in their seats, I could tell. We didn't have a test that day like a lot of my friends did with their other teachers.
Oh, that's
So
tough.
our teacher in the middle of class just decided to start playing games with us on Sporkle.com.
That's tough.
He was a very laid-back teacher like that.
A school lockdown on the last day of school is not the last day of school, but the last day until spring break, bro. That is very tough. I'm not gonna
As
lie.
we were doing some brand
very
logo
tough.
quiz on Sporkle, I remember the exact moment it happened. Right after my friend answered a question, I remember the exact answer too, Adidas. The dean's voice came through the loudspeaker. He sounded panicked and frantic as he told all the teachers this was not a drill and to go into lockdown.
Boy, that window would have been
I
open.
actually got the chills and I got goosebumps on my arms
window
as our
would've
usually
already been
laid-back teacher too seemed panicked as he ran to turn off the lights and ushered us to the back corner of the room. We all sat in silence for about 2 minutes, and then the usual buzzing that came from a panel in the back of the room ceased, indicating that the school must have cut all the power. We all looked at each other, realizing this must be serious. A few more minutes of waiting later, we heard a man screaming at the top of his lungs coming down the hallway.
Oh no.
2 girls in the class actually started crying, which made all of us even more scared. As the screaming got closer to the classroom, the lunatic-sounding man started banging on the lockers while screaming, "I'll kill all of you."
And like I said, that's when exactly at that exact time. Oh yeah, the window would have been open. Oh yeah, you over here in the middle of the hallway. I'm pretty sure our classroom is deep in the school. No exits. I would have already been home right now. Like, good luck. Then that's kind of tough, but it's gonna have to be that, bro. Like, bro, I have never experienced a real lockdown. So when it's really gonna happen, bro, is everybody for himself. If you really, really have a dude walking in the middle of the hallway, banging on lockers, saying, "I'm gonna kill all of y'all," banging and knocking on doors, probably shooting in the air, it's fight or flight. You really think we just all gonna be in the corner? Like, bro, that window is going to be smashed and we're going to be escaping. Bro.
It was at that moment that I started to fear for my life. My teacher shushed us as we all looked at each other to see our peers' reactions. The banging then moved from the lockers to our classroom door, and that's when one of the crying girls screamed no.
She would have got
banging on the-
boy. She would have. See, that's the thing I was just about to say. What is these school offenses? I said this in another video, bro. How is a square window defending anything, bro? If he was really trying to turn up, that glass would have been broken and that door would have been open, bro. Real talk, bro. Like you don't realize that is a very much of a liability to be having this big square window for no reason, just for people to just be looking in the classroom. Like, bro, slim it down, bro. Like, put it all the way up here. Make it like a peephole, bro. Come on.
The door only grew worse as the man started screaming, "Open up."
Oh, no.
2 of the girls in the class were crying out loud now. It felt like an eternity that man was pounding at the door. But eventually, he finally continued down the hallway, screaming like a mentally insane person until we could not hear him anymore. I'd say 10 minutes later, though it felt like half an hour given the situation, the dean came back on the loudspeaker explaining the situation, which was surprising for him to do. He explained that
you should be letting us go home. That's what you should do. If the dude is not in the school no more, why are we still in the school, bro? That school should be, even after spring break, we not coming back, bro. You telling me we just had a crazy person banging on our door and lockers, and you like the school is just like, oh yeah, y'all go on spring break and y'all gonna come back and no extra security. School power, like, come on now, like, what is we doing, bro? What is we really
some
doing
apparently
here,
mentally unstable person entered the building and assaulted the woman sitting at the front desk, causing her to flee the building screaming, and staff wasn't sure if the man was armed or not. Now this was before the school had cameras or could afford proper security, so the school was wide open to something like this happening.
School still be
The
wide
staff
open.
had done a sweep of all the hallways and classrooms and couldn't find him, so the dean instructed the teachers to resume teaching but to keep all the doors locked and to not let any students leave for any reasons. The most disturbing part, however, is that one of the janitors working the night shift found the man sleeping in one of the storage closets near the back end of the school, and according to rumors that were spread by my peers, sticking out of his pocket was a .44 Magnum. The janitor must have done something stupid to wake him up, for example, leaving the closet door open, because by the time a police officer could arrive on the scene, the man was gone. My entire class, as far as I know, to this day, has no idea if this man was ever found, but I like to think that right now, he's being given the proper help that he needs.
Bro, I'm talking about proper help, bro. Nah, you gotta, you coming in school waving guns and attacking the front lady desk and all type of stuff, telling kids they gonna, bro, no. Talk about proper help, bro. You're done, bro. Like, you're done, bro. And it's crazy. Sleeping in the back of the school is crazy. So he could have just really resumed at any time. And if you ever do this, or think about doing this, unsubscribe, bro. Unsubscribe, leave a thumbs down on the video. Just leave the video, bro. If you're really thinking about hitchhiking, bro, I don't want you, bro. I don't want you as a subscriber because you're dumb. That means you don't take care of yourself, bro. Like, you hopping into random people's cars, like, do you not know you can die like that? Like,
3 months after I turned 16 in 2005, I got my first car, a '99 Toyota Camry. Okay. On a warm Saturday night, when my friend Alex invited me over to one of his friend's big parties, I knew I wouldn't be in a condition to drive the Camry home afterward.
Oh, no.
So we carpooled.
Boy, I would have took that car. Like, why are you going? See, this is the thing I don't get with parties, and I will never get with parties. We're going to this far place that I probably don't know. It's probably someone's house, to get absolutely wasted to the point that we can't even function, we can't drive, we can't do nothing. And then how are we even about to get home? See, I think of that. That's what makes me not want to go to parties, because not only are parties normally in the AMs, 2, 3, 4 a.m., I just can't. I just, that's not my environment, bro.
Pooled with Alex's girlfriend, Brianna. We lived in the countryside of Virginia, meaning less big parties. Meaning when there was a big party, it was a huge deal and everyone would go. We lived about 5 to 10 minutes away from this kid's house. I knew where he lived as I was acquainted with him, but not exactly.
That's like a 45, 50-minute walk.
Friends. The whole ride there, we took the same 2-lane highway type road through the woods. And this kid's house was actually on this road further down. At certain points on this road, there were a few houses on either side. And then it would just go back to being a long, empty highway again. The house was tiny, like a lot of houses around the area.
See, even if I was to go to this party, I will be so glued onto the people I came with because I am not getting left here, bro. Y'all are not about to leave me here and having me walk home, bro. Like, come on. Y'all are not leaving me here in this small house, bro.
But the party was held outside anyways, since his closest neighbors were relatively far away, and noise wasn't an issue. I'll skip most of the party up until the point that Brianna, who was supposed to be our designated driver, had to suddenly leave for a small family emergency.
Oh, damn, that's crazy. You can drop me at the crib real quick, bro. Shoot, my mom just called me. You can drop me at the crib. I'm not even trying to stay here.
Alex said it was fine and that we'd find a ride home.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Well, fast forward another few hours and another few drinks, and I could barely even walk straight.
Okay, good
I
job.
checked my watch, and it was like 2 in the morning. I figured it was time to go.
Bro?
I started looking for Alex, but I couldn't find him anywhere. In fact, it seemed like everybody I knew had already left.
Oh, wow.
I could barely even think straight, but I was still furious at the fact that Alex could have actually left without me.
Ooh, I'm finding Alex.
I asked to use the party host's phone and dialed Alex's home number. After 2 tries, I gave up and then realized...
Call your house. Are you not supposed to be at this party? Is this a... Like, come on now, I would have been called at my house. Like, bro, I'm not walking home. Walking home would have been the last thing I ever thought of. I would have been asking people for car rides, and hitchhiking would have been the last thing I did, bro.
I shouldn't wake his family up.
Ooh, his family getting woken up?
So, literally not knowing what else to do, I dizzily stepped out onto the road and began walking back home.
You want to die?
I knew this walk would take anywhere from half an hour to an hour in my condition.
Of course.
Maybe after 15 minutes of walking down the road, the slight shine of car headlights on the road was fading in from behind me.
That would literally
Jumping for joy
me, bro.
inside, I lifted up my arm and stuck out my thumb. As the car neared, it slowed down and came to a stop right next to me. The man driving the '98 Ford Explorer rolled down the window and asked where you headed. I told him my house was just down the road and beyond a right.
I imagine all the people you can run into in this world, and you run into the one that just want to kidnap you, bro. Like,
Turn, probably
look at this
slurring
man.
my words beyond comprehension. He chuckled and told me to hop in. I thanked him and
You
joyously
just
hopped
picked
into the truck.
The first
I was exhausted,
headlight you
and I
see
remember
is the
completely
worst headlight
disregarding things the
you
guy
can
was
see.
asking me because I was so close to just passing out.
Yeah, he
And that's
kinda
what happened. The memories of being in that truck turned to a fog as I'm sure I passed out. The next thing I remember, I woke up still in the moving
That's
truck.
what I'm saying. And it's
The
5
guy
to 10
looked
minutes.
at me and left, but didn't say anything. I looked around and realized the road we were on wasn't familiar. I nervously asked, where are we going? He then said, so what were you doing out this late anyway? As the man answered my very straightforward question with another irrelevant question, the sobering reality of the situation hit me. You can let me out anywhere, I told the man.
Hey, you can let me
The
off
man
anywhere.
responded with a firm no.
What a guy
I felt like
soft
throwing
dead
up
in
as
his
he said
face.
that. No, I really actually felt like I was going to throw up. I started to gag as I felt more and more nauseous by the second. The man took his eyes off the road to look at me, and that's when I thought of the perfect distraction.
You about
I turned in his direction as I continued to gag, and he started to kind of lean
Yeah, he
away
like,
and
bro,
slow
what is
down
you
the
doing?
car. Thankfully, I drank as much as I did because I finally threw up and made a point of doing it all over the man's lap. The man yelled in frustration and stopped the car, and that's when I took it upon myself to run for my life into the woods and duck
Literally
behind
run
a
for
few
your life.
bushes. The man came following into the woods with a flashlight, and
Damn,
on
you
2
are
separate
well
occasions, he
prepared.
shined the light straight over me without noticing. Eventually, I heard his footsteps walk even further into the woods past me.
Do you
That
leave
was
his
when I
car?
ran back to his truck,
His car?
but
His car?
unfortunately, he was smart
car?
enough to lock it.
Down.
By
I would've had a
some
free
miracle,
will.
I saw another car approaching in the distance, and I ran out into the middle of the street, waving my arms like a lunatic. The car tried to
don't
avoid
yell.
me, but I wouldn't let it. They were forced to stop, and I yelled at them to help me before they came back. Once I told them that I was kidnapped by the man who was driving that Ford Explorer, the driver agreed to give me a lift.
Oh, bro, like, bro.
Not to the police station or anything, but to my house. I made it back safely, where I couldn't thank the driver enough. I immediately woke
I'ma
up
need
my
to pay
parents
you,
and
bro.
told them.
I'ma need to
My
pay
dad
you.
wanted to know if I got his tag number.
Who? My dad would be slapping me right now. Like, what am I doing outside the house at a party getting kidnapped at like 4 o'clock in the morning, bro? What is we doing? My dad would have backhanded the hell out of me. Like, what is it like? What is
And
we
then I
doing?
felt like punching myself in the face.
No, I would have actually.
I
got
failed to get
punched.
the simplest information from the guy that would have allowed me to actually properly report him.
Yeah, so you just a failure.
All I
in
knew was that he
general.
drove a faded blue 99 Ford Explorer.
How is that?
I made sure
how
to
is
give
that
Alex a
even
piece
blue?
of my mind, and part of me always held a grudge against him ever since, just for
Ooh, I'm not-
abandoning
we not
me at
even
a
friends
party
no more.
without telling me.
We not
I
friends.
haven't seen him in 4 years now, however, and this was actually the first time I even thought about this incident for almost a year now. As time goes on, even the worst of memories may start to fade, but after writing this to share with the internet, it's once again fresh in my mind.
That's tough. That is very tough. All right, one more. Come on, one more. These are good, bro. These are literally good, bro. Llama Arts was cooking in 2017, bro. House sitting horror story. All right, come on. Need some heat, bro. Come on. Let's get some heat. Let's get some heat for the last one. Come on.
A couple weeks ago, my dad came home and pitched me a small job offer. One of his coworkers was going away for a few days and needed somebody he could trust to watch over his house. The reason my dad
over
pitched this
his
to me was
house?
because the man's house has a big CCTV system, basically a camera in every room, and then an operating desk where all screens could be watched on a big monitor.
You see, that all sound good, but I do not have a gun. Like, bro, I do not have a weapon on me. So even if I can see the people coming for me, that's all I can do is see them coming for me. Like, bro, what is that helping me? If someone wanted to break in this house and come kidnap me, bro, I'm just gonna watch them from room to room coming closer to me just to eventually get caught, bro. Hand me a strap, Dad. Hand me a strap, bro. Come on.
And I'm a computer science major, so my dad just always assumes that I know how to work anything technological.
Am I getting paid, bro? Like, come
The
on.
man told my dad that he'd pay me $200 for the 2 days just to watch the house.
2 days?
What-
2 days? Watching your house? I mean, that's easy, but like 2 days, bro. Like I said, I'm gonna need a gun, bro. Like, I'm gonna need a gun, bro. Yo, come on, Charlie. I'm gonna need a gun.
Whatever that meant. My dad drove me to
A
the
gun,
house
a
and
taser,
introduced
a
me
pepper
to the
spray,
man,
something,
whose name
Dad,
doesn't
come on.
matter. The man made it seem like he preferred I stay in the upstairs room with the monitors as opposed to roaming the house all day.
Ooh,
That was fine with me, though.
Boy,
So
I'm
when I
roaming
wasn't
the-
eating, I was mostly just sitting in that room with the TV on in the background and doing schoolwork on my laptop. Ironically, the thing I was doing the least was keeping an eye on the monitors. Night came. I started wondering where in the house I should sleep, since surprisingly, we hadn't discussed that.
Okay.
So I sat back down at the desk and looked at all the different rooms on the screens to see which rooms had beds or couches. I noticed something I wasn't expecting to notice, though. The back screen door was open downstairs.
Oh, no.
I didn't remember it being open. I looked through each and every camera screen in a panic. In the living room, a closet door was open. This one I knew wasn't open earlier. I texted my dad to call the man and ask him if he came back home. Meanwhile, I continued watching the screen. On the grainy, dark image, a tall person who resembled only a black shadow on the screen stepped out
Only
from
a
the
black-
closet.
I thought he was about to say that only resembles a black man. That would have been crazy, bro.
Tall person who resembled only a black shadow on the screen stepped out from the closet. I pulled my arms off the desk as I covered my mouth with my hands in shock. As I did this, however, my left elbow pulled some heavy object from the desk onto the floor, creating a big thud. The person in the image very clearly moved their head up to the ceiling as a response to the noise. They went for the stairs, walking up very, very slowly, step by step.
yeah, I would've.
Meanwhile, I got a text back from my dad saying,
bro.
"No, he's not. I just spoke to him
Jump
half
out
an
the
hour
window,
ago."
bro.
Why? I got so caught up in my phone texting my dad to send help that I didn't even pay attention to the monitor.
How do he know what
There was a
door
knock
I'm
at the
in?
door.
Oh, the lights of the computer,
I
bro.
looked at it and then the screens.
Why are you knocking at the door, bro? Who
The
are
first
you?
screen I laid my eyes on was the one showing the person outside the door to the room I was in.
Go lock your
When
door,
I
bro.
remembered that door had no lock, the only thing I could think to do was jump out the window into the bushes
Jump
below.
out the window, bro.
I ran
Yeah,
halfway
bro.
down the block and then
Jump out the
stopped when my
window.
dad called me. I had him call his friend and ask him if he was expecting somebody in the house. The man said he had no relatives or friends who had his key
Oh,
or
your
would
house
ever
just-
let themselves into his home.
Oh yeah, your house is about to get ransacked, bro. Like how, like he's gonna somehow blame you for this. Like how did the screen door in the back get open, like bro?
So he called the cops and had them review the footage. I got to watch all of it, and it showed everything. From the moment the intruder broke the glass to the backyard door, to the moment I jumped out the window and him running away shortly after.
Oh yeah, you're going to get paid. I'm not lying. YouTube will pay you good money for this video. Where's this video at? If this is a true story, bro, where's the video at, bro? Come
The
on.
intruder was never found. The footage was just too dark to identify his face.
What was he about to do to me in the house? Just for that, that was a good one, bro. I want to do one more, bro. One more. One more. One more. Got me some heat. This some heat, bro. This some heat. Come on.
In the year 2009, I was spending a weekend with my uncle on his ranch when my parents were renovating the new house we had just bought.
Alright.
It was my second night there, a Saturday, and it happened to be during one of the biggest thunderstorms of the year.
No light?
I'd say there were at least 3 crashes.
Am I tweaking? What is that in the back? Am I on, bro? Am I tweaking? Did this just move? Why does this look like an eye and a big smile? Am I tweaking?
And it happened to be during one of the biggest thunderstorms
Why is
of
it
the year.
fading out?
I'd say
Why
there were
did
at
it
least
move?
3 crashes of thunder and lightning per minute. And we were in the heart of the storm because the thunder would crash not even a second after the lightning would. I always
No
enjoyed
lights
listening
is
to storms
crazy.
while laying in bed. So I stayed up a little later watching TV, just enjoying the ambiance.
Okay.
After the movie I was watching finally ended, I turned off the TV and tried to fall asleep.
Okay.
As I heard the lightning strike from outside, I could have sworn I heard some kind of metallic thud coming from outside at the same time. I didn't pay it too much mind. 20 seconds later, I could have sworn I heard it again. A very distinct metallic thud coming from outside to match the timing of the lightning. I really don't mean to make this sound like a cliche horror story, but my uncle really is a kind of creepy guy, and I was never close with him even remotely. So for that reason, I didn't feel right going to wake him up. I just tried to forget about it.
What boy would have got up right now and went to go get my uncle, boy?
Now I was getting concerned. What the hell could that be? After the third time, I finally got out of bed and walked over to the window of the guest bedroom. The water pouring down on the window made it extra hard to see what was out there in the dark fields. A flash of lightning momentarily lit up the property, but I couldn't see anything. However, once again, the sound of a metal hit accompanied it. The sound was so close now, it sounded like it was coming from the left of the window at a blind spot. I was going to do something I knew my uncle wouldn't be happy about. It would be a bit messy,
There's no
but I was
way
going
you
to
wanna
open the
open the
window
win-
and peer outside to see if I could see what the sound was. I unhooked the window lock and slid it up, and immediately the wind of the storm blew drops of rain into the
Are you
room
dead?
and onto
Are
me.
you really dead at?
I stuck my head out the window and looked to the left, and at that very moment, lightning lit up the property once again, and I could see a person dressed in all black crouched down by the outside basement door with his hand raised in the air. And before the sky went dark, I caught the briefest glimpse of what the sound was coming from. The person was bashing at the basement door lock. I pulled my
Close the
head in and
window.
quietly shut the window,
Yes.
making sure to lock it. I was in a panic.
Go call
I
your
feared he
grandpa.
might have seen or heard me. I ran back to bed and pretended to be asleep,
My
facing
dude.
away from the window. Lightning crashed once again, but this time there was no metallic thud.
Oh, that's great.
My heart must
He
have
seen
dropped
you.
as I realized this. I just stayed put in bed for the longest time, hoping whoever was out there would go away. After maybe 3 more lightning crashes without any thuds accompanying them, I thought it would be safe to go tell my uncle. I turned to face the window and screamed. There was a figure, clear as day, standing at the window, looking in at me. I screamed as loud as I could and ran straight to my uncle's room. He went outside with his hunting rifle with nothing on but his pajamas, not even socks. He ran around the entire property yelling like a madman, but didn't find anyone. The next morning, we were able to better see the marks on the basement door lock. It was almost bashed open. Maybe 3 or 4 more good hits would have done it, according to my uncle. He was proud of me for picking up on it. Luckily, I was out of there that same day.
Good on, bro.
My uncle
you
hasn't
better
told
be
us of
good.
any incidents since, so I think he's been okay. Not that we talked to him much at all. I'm grateful I stayed up a little later that night watching that movie, because I may have just stopped a robbery, or possibly much worse.
It was gonna be much worse. Whew. 27. I might just do. Hey, we might just have to continue this next Sunday, bro. Hey, that's an idea. But yo, it's been a blast, bro. It's been a blast. This has been more funny and enjoyable than spooky and scary, bro. But hey, without further ado, man, I'm done, bro. See y'all tomorrow. Tommy G video is getting posted. See y'all in the next one.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.